It occurred on the type of rain-soaked morning that rendered the world more burdensome than ordinary circumstances would allow. Somber clouds suspended themselves above the urban horizon, reflecting the heaviness that resided within Emily Stanton's chest as her wheelchair moved deliberately through the hospital's sterile hallway. The metal wheels emitted a faint squeaking sound with each rotation, serving as a haunting reminder of her demolished aspirations. Merely 6 months prior, Emily had been performing beneath the brilliant stadium illumination, recognized as the most youthful ballet virtuoso to ever headline the New York Academy's prestigious showcase. However, a single catastrophic moment, an inattentive motorist, treacherous pavement, the piercing sound of braking tires, had stripped away her entire existence. Her spinal column had sustained irreversible damage, according to medical professionals. She had been unable to walk ever since that fateful day. More devastating than her physical paralysis was a profound isolation that consumed her daily life. Others praised her courage, yet they remained oblivious to her nocturnal tears absorbed by her pillowcase or her elaborate pretense of wellness designed solely to prevent her father from regarding her with that same tormented sense of powerlessness. Her father, Charles Stanton, commanded Stanton Global as its billionaire chief executive, a man accustomed to resolving complications through financial resources, influence, and swift action. Yet no fortune could restore her mobility, and no authority could mend her fractured spirit. If you maintain faith in the transformative power of compassion, opportunities for redemption, and the belief that a single individual can alter everything, please consider supporting this video with your approval, subscribing to Untold Stories 0.4, and sharing it with someone requiring illumination today. Your encouragement enables narratives such as this to reach those desperately seeking hope. Charles had assembled the finest medical team available, rehabilitation specialists, neurological experts, and even questionable international consultants. He transformed an entire section of his estate into a comprehensive recovery facility, yet every effort proved unsuccessful. Emily declined to communicate on most occasions, retreating into her internal world while being haunted by memories of her former self. This devastated him, not due to concerns about public perception, but because he constructed business empires while remaining utterly helpless before his daughter's suffering. That realization prompted his decision to remove her from the metropolitan environment, away from urban chaos, away from clinical hospital accommodations and whispered expressions of sympathy. He transported her to an isolated mountain rehabilitation retreat known as Healing Storms. This private establishment had earned recognition for integrating contemporary therapeutic methods with emotional restoration processes, representing his final remaining hope. The mountain atmosphere possessed a purity, coolness, and severity that intensified Emily's sense of vulnerability. The medical staff demonstrated kindness while maintaining professional distance, viewing her as another case to document, another prescribed routine to implement. Then, during her 3rd day of residence, an unexpected encounter occurred. She was positioned alone outside one of the rustic wooden structures, gazing toward the distant forest canopy, when a young boy approached her location. His appearance suggested he was no older than 6 years of age, with freckles scattered across his cheeks like celestial dust, and a persistent cowlick disrupting his brown hair. He studied her wheelchair momentarily before meeting her gaze and offering a genuine smile. "My dad says you're really sad," he stated with childlike directness. Emily's eyes widened, uncertain how to formulate a response. "He says sometimes sad people just need a different kind of help," the child elaborated. "He can help you because he helped me when Mommy went to heaven." She found herself speechless, so she remained silent. The boy pivoted and gestured toward the adjacent greenhouse where a man wearing faded denim and a navy blue shirt was cultivating plants. His physique suggested strength. His hands bore evidence of manual labor, yet something tranquil emanated from his movements, something authentic and grounded. When he glanced upward and noticed Emily observing him, he smiled warmly, not with condescending pity, not with physicians' manufactured pleasantness, but with something genuinely gentle and human. That evening, sleep eluded her entirely, not due to physical discomfort, as she had grown accustomed to that sensation, but because of the child's profound words, "He helped me." Who was this mysterious figure? The following morning, the man approached while she was engaged in sketching. He refrained from inquiring about her artwork or questioning her apparent anger, instead kneeling slowly as if to avoid startling her, and presenting a delicate flower he had selected from the garden. "You don't have to smile," he offered gently, "but perhaps this will improve today by 1%. Then he departed without expectation. His identity was Adam Miller, a single father who had previously served as a physical therapist at a prominent medical facility until his wife's unexpected death compelled him to abandon that life entirely. He relocated to the mountain region to raise his son in tranquility, and when not volunteering at healing storms, he instructed others in wilderness survival techniques while cultivating medicinal herbs. What remained unknown to others was Adam's extraordinary ability, his capacity to establish emotional connections with patients before requesting any physical movement whatsoever. He focused his treatment on the individual, rather than merely addressing their injury. Emily required several weeks before permitting his proximity, resisting his efforts through silence, through cynical remarks, through closed doors. However, Adam never applied pressure, instead positioning himself nearby while she painted or while his son played in the garden. Gradually, she discovered herself engaging in conversation, then experiencing laughter, followed by tears, and ultimately developing trust. One morning, as dawn illuminated the mist-covered field surrounding the cabin, Adam regarded her thoughtfully. During the subsequent week, she consented to attempting his unconventional approach. He developed a therapeutic method not centered on mechanical devices, but on memory itself. He reconstructed the ballet studio's atmosphere by installing mirrors, playing classical compositions, and surrounding her with familiar fragrances from before her accident occurred. He explained his intention to remind her body of what it had once cherished. The process that followed proved painful, excruciating, and unbearably gradual, yet something fundamental had shifted. She no longer perceived herself as merely a patient, but recognized herself as a complete person again. For the first time in 6 months, when Adam carefully supported her waist and suggested, "Let's attempt to stand together," her legs did not respond with agonizing protest. They quivered with effort, but they did not collapse beneath her. She did not walk that particular day, but she maintained her standing position for 3 precious seconds, and tears flowed, not from pain, but from the emergence of hope. Charles Stanton initially struggled to comprehend the transformation. He had employed countless specialists and invested millions of dollars, yet this unremarkable man from an obscure location had accomplished what none of the others could achieve. He confronted Adam with skepticism and defensive wariness. "What gives you confidence that you can repair her condition?" he demanded, his voice weighted with years of accumulated frustration. Adam remained composed and unwavering. "Because I don't perceive her as damaged. I see a young woman who has temporarily forgotten her inherent strength." That exchange marked the day Charles finally released his control and allowed another person to provide assistance. Advancement occurred incrementally, with some days bringing regression while others surprised Emily with unexpected progress. But Adam's presence remained constant throughout. He never issued commands, only provided steadiness and calm assurance. He never once guaranteed she would regain her ability to walk, promising only that she would not confront this challenge in isolation, and sometimes that assurance proved sufficient. One golden autumn evening in the field adjacent to the retreat facility, Emily achieved her first 5 unassisted steps. Adam's son's delighted laughter resonated in the background, while Adam smiled with quiet satisfaction. Charles wept without reservation, and Emily, for the first time since her accident, believed in the possibility of tomorrow. If this narrative has touched your heart, please don't depart without expressing your approval for this video, subscribing to Untold Stories 0.4, and sharing it with someone who requires a measure of hope. Your engagement enables us to continue distributing stories that provide healing. We would be delighted to hear your thoughts. Please comment below regarding which aspect of this story affected you most profoundly, as your words assist us in bringing additional kindness into the world. Would you be interested in a continuation of this story in the second part, perhaps exploring what unfolds when Emily chooses to assist others facing similar challenges?